Hey, what is up guys, this is the Kung Fu Guy here, and today I have another martial arts talk for you. Today it's going to be less about martial arts and more about personal development, which I believe are synonymous terms because martial arts is the true essence of personal development. I'm going to talk about a sentence that in my military service my team commander has told us, which it really touched me and I wanted to share with you because I think it might help you as well. He told us a little script from the Bible. It doesn't really matter. That's not the point. The point is the meaning of it, which is a cool sentence I'm going to tell you right now. You can see it in the title as well, which goes as this: today's settlement are tomorrow's standards. What does that mean? It means that whatever you're doing today, which is out of the ordinary, will become tomorrow the ordinary. What I mean by that is everything that I give up, some sort of settle down, will become the standard of the day after. For example, if you're training like 3 times a week, and all of a sudden you have something in your life that pushes you down, that you have to settle down and round up your training so you'll have time for the rest of the things. So instead of 3 times a week, you're starting to train 1 time a week. Now, that's a settle down, because you have this certain problem that stops you, where if it's a long-term problem or a short-term problem, it doesn't matter, because tomorrow that will become the ordinary day routine that you'll have from now on, unless you'll settle down on something higher. I'll come to that later. Now, I'll give you another example for good settling down. For me, it was a year and a bit more ago. I decided I'll stop eating any junk food there is. No sugar drinks, no junk food, no pizzas and hamburgers, nothing that is not healthy. At least for what I know back then. For example, cheese. I would eat milk, cheese from cows. I would take a lot of that. When I realized that's not a healthy thing to have, at least as I know right now, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, I settled down again. As 5 months ago, I stopped drinking any milk products, and it feels great actually, I can tell you that, for all I know. But what I'm trying to tell you is, settling down doesn't have to be bad, and you can also take that to a really good place. If every day from now on, my settling down is that I'll never give up to myself, that will become the standard of tomorrow. Which, if you think about it this way, I know for myself that at least, I think it was 4 months ago, little less, I decided that I want to become the world's best Kung Fu artist. My reason? I want to become the greatest I can be, so I can make a difference in this world when it comes to people's behavior, the way they see reality, and the way they feel about themselves and their surrounding. So I decided to settle down, and from now on, every single day, I'll remember and I'll always remind to myself that I have a big dream. And there's another nice sentence that I want to tell you: if you have a big enough dream, you don't need a crisis. It's a sentence that I learned from Paul Chek, real cool. Which means, if you have big enough dreams, as I have right now, then you will find a way to get it. You won't fail. There's another sentence I want to tell you: there is no failure, there's only outcomes. So even if I do fail, if I will not succeed in my mission, it's not failure. It's just an outcome. And I can either change it or learn from it, which are the same. So, back to the subject. Today's settlements are tomorrow's standard. Remember, everything that you give up or go into today will eventually, not necessarily tomorrow, become your standard. Remember that sentence. Remind yourself what it means, what it truly means, and that you can always change. And that's what I want you to get out from this video now, is that you always want to constantly change. I don't fear failure. I had a talk with one of my friends in my military, which told me that he has a really big fear of failure. And when I told him about my dreams, that I want to become the excellent an instructor in the military and I wanted to become the world's best Kung Fu artist. Whoa, that's crazy. Come on. And I told him that I don't care of failure. Then he realized by himself that he does care about failing. He doesn't want to fail. He has fear of failing. Now, you need to understand, to be afraid of failure is the worst thing you can have. The truth, what you really need to be afraid of, is that you will stop constantly changing. Most of you guys who probably watch me are teenagers just like me, who are just now looking to their place in this world. And you need to understand, you never want to settle down. You don't want to settle down. Doesn't matter what. Never settle down. Always look for constant change. Doesn't necessarily mean that you need to change your behavior, the way you see the world, your diet, your sport activities, whatever. All I'm saying is that you should always try to look how you can do the thing that you want to do better, or in a different way that will make you smile more. And even that, you can know that it's not the outside world that makes you happy, that makes you feel. It's the inner world and how you see the world. So you always want to change the way you view things as well. That's really important, and I hope some of you can actually understand what I mean and try to change now and think a bit about how they see the world, and if the way they see the world is the reality. And big question here, what is the reality? Is it just what you see, what the others say they see, or is it what you decide that you want to see? Doesn't necessarily mean to be blind for certain parts of your life. It just means to constantly look for the why. There is a big why out there that you need to understand what it means. And I hope that you'll find your why, because I found mine. Why am I here? To be happy, to enjoy life. Otherwise, what's the point? So until next time, train hard, train smart, think smart, and peace.